running for president? Let's run through it. What candidate we're going to talk about today? Well, before we get into that, remember we use the JSM model, which means if I'm going to explain a candidate, I want to do my best to understand both sides of the candidate, both sides of their views and issues. So Marianne Williamson, this is going to be a quick one, and you'll find out why. But she adapted A Course in Miracles, A Return to Love, Reflections on the Principles of A Course in Miracles. It's good. It really is. Again, I follow this John Stuart Mill model. I'm not making it up. If I want to understand both sides, then I need to listen to both sides. And one of the ways to really understand a candidate is hear the criticisms, but then take their first word. You know, we read RFK's book. We read Marianne Williamson's book years ago. Read Yang's book. I'm going to read them all. I'm trying to read Vivek's book. Both sides. Again, it's good. It's progressive. It's new age. It's guru-y, but it's also conservative and very practical. And if it wasn't, then it wouldn't have sold 1.5 million copies. She's got 7 bestsellers, so she may have some idea of what's going on and know what she's talking about. Now, the issue that you're going to have is she doesn't have any government experience. Does she have experience working with people? Does she have experience with helping people as a new age guru? Absolutely. Does she understand people? Is she empathetic? Is she sympathetic? Does she have a spiritualness to her that may make her a great leader? Those are all possible things, but she doesn't have any government experience. And running the country is kind of a big deal. You might want to be a governor first, or at least have be a mayor maybe, not just skip, go straight to being president. I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing though. Maybe having the outsider approach. Wait a second, didn't we have an outsider before and it didn't work out? I don't know if it didn't work out or not. I don't know. But to see. Definitely be an outsider. One of the more famous outtakes was her saying that conservatives were nicer to her than the liberals or the progressives and the Democrats. I don't know necessarily if they were trying to be mean. Maybe they were possibly just worried about her hurting the candidate that they liked more. There's a lot more to that, so don't just say, oh, conservatives are the good guys, liberals are the bad guys. There's a little bit more to it. And you would want to explore all the sides. After you watch that video and see the outtake, say, okay, well, why did she say that? What really is going on? It can't simply just be good guys and bad guys or meanies and niceys. So, the sad thing is, aren't we? That's the highlight of this video. What are we doing? That's the problem, though, with Marianne Williamson's candidacy. Having no government experience, not really having a track, there's not a lot to say. And so I'm talking about outtakes. So one of the things that we can do, we pull from her website and look at her political platform, look at the specific planks or specific issues and beliefs that she wants to fight for. So the platform is all of her ideas, and the planks are the specific ideas. And so in her platform, one of the planks is that she's very much pro-choice. The issue here, obviously, we don't need to debate pro-choice versus pro-life, but if you're trying to get half and then more of the country to vote for you, picking a divisive issue and making that part of your plank, while we can applaud her for taking a strong stance and being honest and straightforward and not being afraid to take a controversial point, not being afraid to forfeit votes. She should be commended for that. But you probably can't win. There's a reason why politicians dodge and jump around big, serious topics, because end of the day, elections are often slightly popularity contests. In an election, you've got to get the majority. And to get the majority, you got to get those in-between people. And when you make bold proclamations and strong stances, you sometimes lose those people in the middle and you lose elections. There's a reason why our politicians dance around. So she's obviously not a politician. She's never been elected before because she probably doesn't dance around enough. But, there's different sides to that. She also believes strongly in reforming healthcare. Now, she doesn't really get into the details. She doesn't really explain how she's going to pay for it. And I get that because no one really knows the details of any of these healthcare policies and ways to reform it. And no one really knows how to pay for it. But she does make some very good points on her website about having health care versus disease care. Whereas we look at our healthcare issue in this country, not just about the money, but more holistically. She's talking about nutrition. She's talking about the food we're consuming. She's talking about our overall health. And she thinks that we spend a little too much time on pharmaceuticals. We spend too much time on specific medicine and hospitals. And while those are great, while those need to be funded, and there is a place for that, we also need to be more preemptive. We've got to make sure that we're living healthier lives. There's more to it than just medicine in hospitals and hospital bills. We got to look at the big picture. And so she should be commended for that as well. But again, we need some more details and we need to know how to pay for it. So there's both sides of that issue. And then she also wants to raise the minimum wage. You know where I stand on that. You can check out my YouTube video. Thousands of views. I think this one got 20,000 views at one point. So anyway, you know where I stand. But I am open to the idea, like, yeah, people, we need to find a way so that people can live better lives and people can afford our lives. But having the government come in and mandate prices, we can watch the video and get the explanation. But again, the problem with her, and here it is. So again, how do we wrap up each one of these? This one wasn't very long. It wasn't a lot to say. But how do we get a better understanding? We take the facts that we know and we try to meme it. If you can take a fact from this lesson or a fact that you find online about presidential candidate for the Democratic Party, Marianne Williamson, you take that fact and then you turn it into a joke or make kind of a comment about it or a commentary about it, or you put it in a different context. And so I took, she wants to give us all raises and she wants to give us all health care. It's like, how are you going to pay for that? And so I used the Oprah meme of everybody gets a car, everybody gets free stuff. Oh yeah, how are we going to pay for all this? I don't know. So, hey, I love her wanting to help people, but how you pay for it? So see if you can find a fact from this lesson or a fact online about Marianne Williamson and try to make a meme out of it. Maybe it'll catch on and you'll be a viral sensation, or maybe I'll just like it and I'll be proud of you. So that's Marianne Williamson. I'm going to do some more of these videos coming up. Please enjoy them, check them, like them, share them, give me a comment how I can do it a little bit better. It's a short one. Not a lot to say, but check the book out.